Hello, everybody. We're into round 2.
It is recording, by the way,
tournament.
just so you know.
I know.
Okay.
Today, yes.
Sure. Yeah.
We have Team England, or one of the UK teams here, playing against a Team Finland. We have a Martell player against Boltons.
And the Finnish player is the Bolton player.
No.
No? Backwards.
Yes.
Backwards.
Yes, the UK are playing Boltons.
UK are playing Bolton.
Yes.
I will steal.
I'm going to try not have bias in this, but I like Martells. So,
I believe the game mode is also Game of Thrones. Yeah.
classic.
You guys need anything? I'm running errands, so if you need any more water, that's okay. Or any food or anything, just let
And you guys have your secret objectives, right?
Guys, you two
Secret
need
objectives.
anything?
Great job. Or Game of Thrones.
This one.
Not secret objectives. You have your objective cards, right? Somewhere?
We'll put the objective cards.
Yeah, I'm just making sure you have them.
Oh, I haven't done.
You have access. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. So, while they are working out the terrain, so it's wetlands terrain, because again, we're doing the set terrain, so there is 2 bogs, 1 tree or corpse pile, and 1 hedge or stake. So we'll see what they end up going for. But while we do that, let's look at some lists.
We've seen Forest come down already, which knocks out the bog. Or knocks out the corpse pile, sorry.
Oh, that force is down in that
Yeah.
corner. 6.
So now we have
now
stakes
they're-
knocking out
they're-
hedges and 2 bogs left to go.
Which makes sense. So like if you for those that haven't played the pick terrain, there's value when there's like 2 of something, there's value to choose like the choice ones. Mm-hmm. Especially if there's something you don't like. Like if you don't want a corpse pile, grab the forest quickly.
Yes. And especially where Boltons want that corpse pile.
Oh,
they
yeah.
want it so bad.
Yeah, that's a good point. Mm-hmm. They want it so bad.
Now, in this format, too, for the teams, the attacking player, so the player chosen in pairings that is attacking wins the roll-off. I believe both roll-offs, both for terrain and for choosing sides?
We have to roll for the terrain.
You roll for... Okay, so you're rolling for terrain,
yes.
but for a choice of sides and who goes first, the attacking player, who is Dan and the Boltons there, he will get...
Oh, gets it automatically.
He gets the automatic win of choosing sides.
See, that's why I'm glad you're here, because you understand how the format works. You are the boss of team events.
I
right?
do what I can for teams.
Okay, so let's look at these. That's the wrong one. Here we go. This one. Let's look at these lists quickly. We'll start with the Martells, because Martells are my favorite, and I'm not biased. So we have an Oberyn Martell list. He is in Dune Vipers, which I like to see. Dune Vipers they're an interesting unit. They're maligned in the season 5. I think we'll see them more in season 6. I know there's some debates online, but they're fairly defensive. They
Significantly better than this side.
they're not fun to attack into if you have light armor, which we'll see half of the Boltons won't like hitting them because of that counter strike. And Martells and specifically Dune Vipers can put out a lot of weakened. Mm-hmm. Then we have some sand skirmishers with the Spear Lord. This is one of the 2 I'd say common attachments that you usually see in skirmishers.
I know you like the High Hermage.
I like the Sentinel. I understand the Spear Lord. I ran the Spear Lord for a long time. Skirmishers are a very fast, good supporting unit.
You have Ramsey,
They can move, they can shoot. The one I'd say big weakness of sand skirmishers is that degradation, right? They dropping 754 is bad. Spear Lord counters that, right?
Yeah.
875 is not bad at all.
That's almost a Greyjoy profile at that point.
Yeah. And then we have the Starfall Knights, which is the Lance Cavalry. They trade armor that most Lance Cavalry have for extra speed. They have fancy ambush, I guess you can
Different
say.
ambush at this point, yeah.
Well, in season 5,
guess,
it's fancy ambush because you get it not just on the charge.
Yeah.
In season 6, they won't be getting the vulnerable token.
After deployment, I'll do the army shot again for you guys, yeah?
Perfect. And then final unit they have is the Outriders. Good support, fast cav, rally cry. Also, just sometimes they spike. Like the number of
do.
times that my finding is Outriders. If you have rerolls and aren't weakened, you're not gonna roll any sixes. If you're just no rerolls at all, just gonna roll like 5 sixes. So the Criplo makes them very swingy, but
Criplo is a very scary ability to have, especially on a unit like Outriders, where they hit on 4s. So weakened tokens into them are strong, but when you spike those 6s off a weakened,
it's always risky.
It becomes very risky.
Yeah. Criplo, weakening Criplo in general is scary, which true on both sides actually. NCUs, we have Ilaria, and then we have Peter and Varys, 2 common picks. Ilaria's good, moving those tokens, occasionally throwing out a token if you have the swords. Peter, particularly useful with sand diplomacy, being able to use the blocked zones, and then Varys. I find usually Martells use them a lot for the healing, just because Martells they're
They lack
fairly
healing a
flimsy and they
little bit
lack
more,
the
yeah.
healing. Yeah. Quickly going over the Boltons. This is a Steelshanks Walton commander. So Steelshanks is Sundering, Iron Resolve, and Shared Fear. Not Spread Fear, Shared Fear, which is, I think it's a unique ability on him.
It is.
So each time a unit fails a panic, all enemies within short range become panicked, which is really scary. I'm sure the Martells are going to be hoping that they don't fail panic. They're decent.
In a unit of
He's in a unit of cutthroats.
Yeah. So it's when Steelshanks fails the panic.
Oh, this unit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So if he fails at 7
And we
plus
know
panic
cutthroats
test,
fail panics.
yeah. So if he fails at 7+ panic, he can put out a lot of panicked tokens.
Just an explosion of panics. Now, Martells do like controlling and moving around, so sometimes they can maybe not be spent, but also they do tend to like outmaneuver and then just like murder a unit, so they might be in that panic bubble. Supporting him, we have another unit of cutthroats.
Yeah. These ones.
This
with
time, so this is with his bastard boy, Grunt, which is the resilience. So, yeah. So these cutthroats are going to be
very defensive
tankier.
unit. Yeah.
Then we have, they do have Glory Seekers. Okay, good. So we have 2 units of Flayed Men with Glory Seeker.
Incredibly common
Tanky, hard armor.
tank. Yeah. Season 5, I would say, has been very marked by 3+ armor cavalry unit with a Glory Seeker.
Well, and the Flayed Men got a bit of a buff in season 6, which will be nice.
They did.
Which is they've gotten an extra dice on their second rank. So now they're 6/5, which really at 6/5 you're pretty much
Yeah.
The big thing with the Flayed Men is that Criplo on the charge as well. Martell's like weakening, but on the charge, I think if the Martells can tie down the Flayed Men is probably their best bet. But it is a fairly mobile Bolton list. NCU wise, we have Ramsey for that field by slaughter, which is really nice on those Boltons.
All right, so we're here going to take a look quickly at the deployment. We had the Starfall Knights in the far corner for the Martells. Then in the middle there, the Dune Vipers with Oberyn Martell, and the Outriders in the middle.
Yeah.
And then on our side closest to us, we have the Skirmishers with the Spear Lord.
Yeah.
Over to the Bolton side, we have the first unit of Flayed Men with the Glory Seeker. After that, we have one of the 2 cutthroats. It's hard to tell from here which attachments in those. Likely Steelshanks Bolton. You usually want your commander dead center. Yeah, I'm getting the nod that is.
We're getting the nod.
We have another unit of Flayed Men with the Glory Seeker, and then the cutthroats with Grunt taking the final flank.
Yeah.
I don't know all the objectives on the table. The one that I did hear was the center objective is the +1 hand size. So very handy. That's going to be one that most people are going to want to fight over.
Yeah. And we saw the skirmishers moving up with the horse.
Yeah. So Varys took the swords.
Can you let us know what the objectives are?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Oh, we'll see.
We got a panicked out. What are the surprise?
Sorry, of everything.
6, 6, 6, 5.
Okay, so we have highest attack dice, closest to the Starfall Knights.
And restore rules.
Yes.
Restore wounds across from it.
The heal too.
Bigger tech pants.
Yeah. The
Middle is the tactics card, additional tactics
Plus
card.
one hand.
Vicious.
Vicious, closest to the Boltons near the cameras.
Precision.
And precision right in front of the skirmishers. Cool.
Okay.
Let's try and keep it out. So it seems like the far side has the better objectives.
It does, yeah.
Between heal, I guess tactics is the middle, but yeah. So that's definitely
The triangle.
the triangle of the good one.
Yeah.
I know Martells generally love tactics cards, so I'm a bit less familiar with the Bolton deck. I'm very unfamiliar with Walton. So let's see. His tactics cards are Price of
So
Fear.
I've got a brush of aggression.
And then if I
put
fail
them on
panic,
screen.
someone on long range.
So-
Yes.
I'll put them all on screen, and I'm going to look at them. Price of Fear is what is this?
When an enemy fails a panic test, you target one unit in long range of that enemy,
Oh, it's a maneuver.
and they perform a
Oh, that's
maneuver
cool.
action.
So you make someone fail panic, and then you get a free maneuver. That's pretty solid.
It's handy. It's a little awkward timing. Usually panic tests come after one of your own attacks, so you're maneuvering after you attack
Yeah.
a unit. It can be difficult because you might end up moving yourself closer for it.
That's
an
true.
enemy
It
charge.
could you can use it though to pull yourself away from danger. I definitely it's not in this list, but I can see that being pretty cool with Blackguard, right? Where if you can get
Yeah.
someone to fail a horrific visage,
Yeah,
then we have good old Rush of Aggression. You know that from your Victorian.
absolutely love it.
Auto 6 charges with Criplo is nasty, especially with cutthroats too.
Yeah,
And then this is I remember this is one of my favorite that he has Taunt as a card, which is really cool.
Taunt as a card is incredibly valuable.
It's Taunt is like to me it's like set for charge, right? They're cool abilities on cards. They're good on cards. There's a big benefit you can get from that surprise value of it being not as a card. So that's
And,
cool.
and the fact that it can be anywhere.
Yes, yeah.
That, as an ability, you,
can't
might get
play
to use
around
it
it.
more. Yeah.
Or you can, but like you can't really because you can't be playing your whole game being like, does my opponent have Taunt?
Yes.
So okay.
This is good.
Let's get back to
So we see Oberyn here maneuvering up a little bit closer to that center objective.
it looks like Varys on the Bolton side. Oh, I didn't actually finish going through the Bolton NCUs. It's Ramsey, Roos, and Varys. Looks like Varys did pass.
I'll go Bruce.
So it's looking like Bag and Sword is still open.
I'll
Yes.
take the bags and I'll change it for a panic test on the June vibers.
Roos is
No
panic.
minus on this.
Roos is
I forgot you can do that.
doing a panic test with his zone replace on Oberyn.
Would you like to spend the time?
They're panicked, so we'll see what the
Yeah,
result is
I'll
here.
roll all of that, please.
Rerolling the entire dice. It is panicked.
Fine. Good. Yeah.
And he's
you got
good.
Larry anyway.
They passed their panic test.
You pass with that.
I passed with Harris, yeah.
So now the Swords is open, and he still has Alaria. So what you'll sometimes see Martell players do, depending, is wait until later in the active round, because at the very least you can use that as a if you can't shoot because it doesn't have any long range, but you can throw it a token.
Yeah, and I believe that is one of the big reasons the Boltons spent that panic token there. It was going to get removed by
Yeah.
layer anyway. Might as well try to get some value out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
They look great, man. I like the grey.
The Tundra Martells.
He made comment about Tundra Martells, but I like to remind people the Martells were first released in the Great White North of Canada. We did get Martells like 2 or 3 months before everyone else, thanks to good old Asmodee Canada. I believe there was a miscommunication or something with. They were told to like release the Spearmen because we finally got our Pikemen like a year later than everyone else. And they randomly shipped Martells early, and a bunch of us snapped them up. It was like they were on the website and then taken down. But before they were taken down, a bunch of people bought and ordered them, and they were honored. So
Yeah, I remember them showing up to a tournament literally the day before the tournament. I think they were added to
War Council. I brought them.
Yes.
There was one of my first tournaments. It was exactly that. We have some cutthroats moving up towards the objective there. That's the healing objective.
Yeah.
We also saw the Outriders kind of positioning forward. Mm-hmm. So it's a dangerous game the Martells have to play, right? Like the Martells cannot afford to be hit first by Flademen.
They have. No, they don't have lower armor. They're 4 across the board. Are they not?
For what?
The armor?
No. It's mostly the Outriders are 5.
Outriders are 5. Okay.
Morale, they are 6 across the board, except for the Starfall Knights are 5. But it's a tricky situation, right? Like, normally cuts are something you can just blow through, but there's danger doing that to their commander. And the other one is resilience, and resilience is just...
It's an incredibly strong card.
Unless you can double... Like, you need to be able to triple tap a unit instead of double tap. And, like, something like the Starfall Knights really don't
And with
want to.
Courage, they are 8-7...
875.
875.
So skirmishers maneuvering up onto the objective.
This one is the precision objective.
Yes.
Just your
A
notes.
little less useful with their ability, but
Yeah, because they aren't usually in melee. I will say, usually what you'll see Martell players doing, people watching notice I can actually commentate more on this game because I understand Martell. Skirmishers and Outriders make a good little pairing.
I'm not too strict on that, but if it's something that
Outriders need rerolls really when they go in, like otherwise they aren't doing much. Especially with those bogs around, being able to actually scout openings for the Outriders is usually actually a big deal.
yeah,
Cripple plus precision is always fun, but the rerolls is the big part of it.
It is.
And I think we're just going to
No.
move.
I'm interested to see. The big thing to watch out for is with Oberyn is his poison.
Yes, which unit is going to be? I don't know how much healing that Boltons have
They do have Ramsey NCU
for fuel by slaughter.
fueled by slaughter,
Yeah,
but it's more than just the healing. It's also just the slowly plinking away with vulnerables. But
Yeah.
my guess is he wants to put it on a flayed man unit.
yeah. Something with strong armor.
I like it then.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm not used to playing Oberyn in Vipers, so I'm used to running him in Royal Guard, where he can pretty consistently double tap a unit, because not because they can do so crazy amount of output, but just because he can just put out a stupid amount of vulnerable tokens.
With Oberyn in Vipers, you can very easily get -2 to hits
That is true.
between.
Well, it's just having them in his army, yeah.
Yeah, between the not the counter strike. They have.
No, they have Counter Strike.
That's not the one I'm thinking.
You think of cards. He has unexpected.
Yes.
He's unexpected exhaustion.
Yeah.
Which gives you a vulnerable token and -1 to hit until the vulnerable token is removed. Also, when you attack Oberyn, you become weakened.
And
then
it was Crippler's Infamy for the -1 speed when charging him and -1 to hit. believe.
Viper's Infamy or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Yes, and then
It's a -2 speed for the when they
-2
activate.
speed.
Yeah.
Do the
You become
Vipers
vulnerable if you fail the charge.
have disrupt? That was the
No,
evolution,
they
I
do
think.
not.
Okay, so
No.
they just have the straight counter strike.
They just have Counter Strike. Yeah. There's an attachment that the Martells have. The Dervish Captain can give you disrupt.
Okay.
It's unfortunate that now that we get free attachments, the Vipers are losing Counter Strike.
Yes.
Because in an Oberyn list, you could theoretically have a -3. Like you still can, and that's still good even without the Counter Strike. Because you have rising temperatures and you have unexpected exhaustion giving negatives.
Yes.
Vulnerable forever.
So we have a vulnerable going out onto the Flayed Men from.
And they're out of charge.
What did that come from?
But they're a 5 as well?
Their movement 6.
They're 6.
I'm not sure. Like is Illyria grabbing the swords.
Yeah, it's weird. She got knocked. It looks like Illyria passed or fell down or something.
Various token swords. I have no way to put a token.
So he didn't do it. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
And is there any way to remove this?
Oh, you just remove the vulnerable and then come. It's easy.
Oh,
to
so this
remove.
is
The card?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Cool.
Crippler's Infamy. Down.
The thing is,
No.
you have to remove the vulnerable. So.
Unexpected exhaustion,
yeah,
putting the
yeah.
token down.
That's what it is. He played unexpected exhaustion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just going to get there.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. So it's an interesting card. So
Next round?
one thing that the Martells normally have as a big... Oh, let's go to the next round. So, quick game. See, this is already going. This is so much faster than the last one. So many less things to move. One of the things that's really powerful usually about the Martell deck is their cards don't usually have overlapping triggers. But in Oberon's deck, he actually has 3 cards that are on activation.
Yes.
Now, one of those has an alternate trigger of start of turn.
Yes.
Which can either be used to start of turn draw a card or start of turn if Oberon's engaged recursion one of his cards.
That I have often found, especially with the Oberon Vipers list, is used to keep recycling
Unexpected exhaustion.
exhaustion.
Yeah, it is. It also, you'll see it used for in a specific, like when it's really important to bring in an intercept orders.
Yes. Because it's specifically one of his cards he can draw.
It's specifically one of his cards that he can draw or bring back.
Yes.
So you can theoretically have 4 unexpected exhaustions.
I have been very exhausted with Victorian before.
Yeah. So again, the real issue is units only activate so many times, and that and essentially there's a bunch of really good cards for Rising Depths.
And I get 2 cards.
And unexpected exhaustion.
So we see Varus come down at the first activation here, putting out a panic token onto the Outriders, and drawing 2 cards.
Don't worry about him. He's not a problem.
I think what he was checking there was Rush of Aggression auto charge distance. The thing about Outriders is they melt. They can easily melt.
Yes.
As you saw in that one game where you charged my Outriders in the flank.
Now, especially against the Steel Shanks unit of Cutthroats, which are getting the Sundering and Vicious, as well as if they're attacking a unit that has not activated, they get their rerolls and Vulnerable Token out.
And if they're doing a Rush of Aggression, they also are getting a
critical blow.
Critical blow. So.
For 7 dice on 3s, which is an incredibly aggressive attack profile for a 5-point unit.
So it looks like he's measuring out where he could get with a horse maneuver, I believe.
I believe so.
The danger of this, because he has Varus, is you're always risking a shift, right? There, you have the lines are kind of at like extent of charging distance. That's why I love Varus. When I don't have Varus, it makes me a bit sad. But.
So what we saw come down here, exactly like you said, we had Peter come down to grab the crowns to avoid that Varus shift. Peter using the maneuver zone off of the crowns.
What we also might be seeing is he also might be, not as important, but he also might have something like Dune Taxes in his hands. Which, if you're going to take his own, giving the, being able to give the vulnerable and panicked out is good. Also, we don't want more panic tests.
You really want them dead. They're still happy.
Martells are just passing all their panic tests, which is the biggest danger of a panic-based list.
Yes.
Is when your opponent makes all their panic tests. Which is the most rush. I that's one of the reasons I've moved away a lot of times from like panic-based Martells back when we were allowed to have Ruth and stuff like that. So what this also does is the skirmishers are on the bog, so it's not a good charge into them. Force is still open.
It is.
They still have their quick fire.
They still do have their quick fire.
It's also interesting. It looks like they're moving away. Like the Martells are doing, the Martell swirl, right? They're kind of abandoning that top objective, and swirling around. Now, they're the Starfall Knights are fast enough that if need be at the end of the turn, if it's not going to put them into danger, so they could just quickly run back up there and then reach back, come back to the team. But
yeah, they can easily maneuver 18 inches with their free maneuver and march on a speed 6 cavalry.
So it looks like we're looking again at distance. He might actually even be able to get a. He looks like he can probably get a flank shot. Now the real question is he going to scout openings? I think no. I think he's going to save it. The unit is vulnerable. Maybe you do use it. It depends, right? Like you can save it for your cav
Or their activation.
If
he's grabbing maneuver.
But yeah, and it's kind of like, this is the time you're going to have the most shots. Like on their activation, odds are they're going to have been hit. But at the same time,
So we see Varus coming down, grab
Yep.
that maneuver.
Oh, sorry. Start of turn.
Yes.
Scout openings.
Yeah, very good.
there we go. That's the answer. He is scout
Thank you.
openings.
Yeah.
That's all right.
If I do take backs like that, by the way, it's okay to say no more. But if you have a reaction or something, it's fine for me.
Fine, as long as it's not like.
Okay,
You
so
rolled
that was
I will say I do that all, like the number of times like, in your head you're thinking I'm going to scout openings, but then you start like measuring something out, and then it's like, oh wait, yeah, that thing, the whole.
It's very easy to go, can I do this? I'm going to pre-measure it. And then go, okay, it does make sense.
Okay, I'm
and
doing it.
you forget your start of turn trigger
Yeah.
because you've been measuring out to see if the start of turn trigger was even relevant.
Or again, I think we talked about it last time, right? It's also
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
That
gonna
too.
throw this one here. Okay, so that's gonna be 1 wound and 5 saves.
So we see 1 wound and 5 defensive saves coming out. 4 up on flanks.
Yep. And you guessed it, I'm
Taking
not
4.
spending the panic. They're vulnerable.
The vulnerable, cool. Panic on a 6 to the flank. We're okay.
And they pass the panic test there.
cool. So there's a decent, start into the flayed one.
You've still got.
Now they
swords that
do
you've used
also
quickfire,
have swords and their activation left here as
and you're
well.
still trying to.
Yes. Now, if they're engaged, they can't shoot because they've used their quickfire. They can't do like the retreat out and shoot. Also, the angle he's at, he actually his retreating ability is a bit stunted. So
It's gonna be risky.
I think he is covering the objective though. So
Yeah.
It's gonna be risky, but I'm going to spend a barrow shift.
ooh.
So we see a Varus shift coming out
I think
after that.
my guess is we're going to see the infantry going up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We're going to see if the infantry can go up and get into range of...
He did just say the skirmishes are annoying. Maybe he's I think now he doesn't have line of sight. Looking at the angle here,
They're just a bit more threatening, I guess.
but he's not threatening like the Outriders if they come in.
Yeah. I would say that no base off there. They do not have the angle for the cutthroats with steel shanks to hit.
They hit on 4s with that.
Skirmishers are reverse hunters in terms of their ability to hit. They do not degrade like hunters, which is sad. They're a lot more. They're actually more of a support unit than hunters.
I'm gonna go with
Definitely are.
Ramsey.
Alright, so we see Ramsey coming out,
I'm gonna influence these guys.
influencing the flayed men.
I'll say interest orders.
Oh yeah, nice.
Oh, we got an
Cool.
Reroll.
Hey.
It goes
So it
on.
goes to the heel.
I can still influence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, still in.
Bags does nothing anywhere else.
Yeah.
That was a good intercept.
Just so you
Keeps.
remember,
God damn it, bro.
if you target anyone in long range of Albert, they would get a condition token. But anyway,
So now we're gonna also see Ilaria coming
just to
down
remind you in the
Yes,
future,
no, no, no,
to take the swords, give him
Okay.
the
in
another
that
shot,
case, it's my turn.
and he's gonna lose the Bruce activation because he came down rushed.
Yes.
Activate. Ilaria.
That was a big intercept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go here.
We can also see a condition token come out
I'll
from
choose what
Ilaria,
Ilaria does after this.
likely putting out another vulnerable on those flayed men after this shot. We're likely going to see the shot here onto the flayed men, spend the vulnerable, and Ilaria putting out another vulnerable token onto the flayed men.
I believe Ilaria actually has. I'm trying to remember if she's. I think you're right. I think she's. Well, I'm blanking today. Yes, because
So you
she.
spent 1.
She's on clean.
Spend 2 now.
Oh, you spent 2.
Yes, she is.
Spicy.
Yeah.
So I'll just shoot you again.
Yeah. So we'll put it back.
8 dice.
It's interesting. He's doing a little more. There's different types of Martell. He's playing more like I.
So that is good.
Yeah.
You've seen me. I just throw weekends everywhere, but
Yeah. So we have 4 hits come out.
only 4. So that's
These are still on the flank, so
Low.
4 hits.
Oh no, that's
another full horse. Not using the vulnerable. So now we might actually see a weekend coming out.
Yeah.
On a 6. Cool. Oh,
Is he forgetting the token?
But there were 4 up.
I think he's forgetting the token.
Me, the vulnerable? No. I have to keep it there.
That's not what I was. Anyways, there's okay.
I will.
Let's see if he remembers.
Yeah, I'll spend a virus. Why not?
3 hits, 3 there.
3 hits.
So we're seeing 3 hits come out onto these skirmishers from the Varus token,
Oh, just
taking 1
one.
wound.
And that's very all gone.
That's way more gone.
And-
thank heavens.
Oh
That is all
wow,
of Varus
Varus is
tokens
already all gone.
Right.
That's a fast Varus.
I...
Nice.
We saw, yes, because we saw 2, I believe 2 shifts.
Did he shift this turn?
It might have been a shift, a panic test, and the hits.
No, I don't think he did a panic test.
I'm not sure.
Roos did the panic swap.
No
Okay.
cards.
No cards.
Maybe there was a shift. There was a shift in the first round.
So we have the rising temperatures coming down 2 on these flayed men.
So that means no cards round 2.
Yeah.
Oh no, with bottom rank we don't have harsh punishments, so it's not gonna.
Now, again, this could have been.
Just 4.
Just 4.
I'll
4
keep 4, I
hits.
guess.
You do get. Oh, right, yeah. You don't want to reroll, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
4
can
on
drop
4.
some, right?
Oh.
Oh,
Whoa. Okay, so the faster panic.
Oh no.
Okay.
Well,
Okay,
that's rough.
That is a...
That's rough.
Yeah,
So,
that's not good. That
the
is not good.
the skirmishers armor, the skirmishers of armor made of something insane.
The panic tests are so good.
Yeah, there's no shield by slaughter heal, no nothing, no panic, no.
Yeah.
No, who knows? He might have the was it Flame Man has no secrets, whichever the healing card is. Based on I'm seeing nods. And again, as we were saying earlier,
Go here, like this.
This
Could you
is-
see me with steel
I
shanks.
don't think so, no.
oh, that's gonna be close.
No.
No, that's not close.
Okay.
So we're looking
I
at
don't remember what kind of reaction cards you might have.
Nothing.
But I'm thinking
There's
they haven't activated
I
yet.
wouldn't
There's
say
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah,
He
there's
does
no
have
best.
taunt, which is a reactionary card.
He does have
no,
taunt,
my
a
only
reactionary
reactive is
card,
if you fail to panic.
and he...
But
Still see no reason to do this.
he might be thinking more like retribution attack cards, but
diversion
I will-
tactics even.
yeah.
Well, in that case, I think I'll just steel shanks. I don't like that.
The skirmishers actually have invincible armor. Flayed Men charged them, and they got 4 hits, and they took 0. So no panic. No, not even. He didn't even have to roll the panic test.
No panic test, no fuel by slaughter.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I can take another hit. That's absolutely fine. I'll
Skirmisher. This is one of the big different. This is the thing. Skirmishers versus hunters. Even early on, people were like, "Ah, they aren't as good as hunters, so they didn't do the damage output." But that 4-up save matters.
The 4-up save matters a lot, yeah.
No need for close up then.
You can zoom in on this skirmisher versus flameman fight if you'd like.
Why not just?
Yeah, right here.
So this is the murder. So we're having a rare occurrence here. This is skirmishers fighting in melee.
So 8 on 4s, no rerolls, but I do believe they have the vicious,
Sorry.
the vicious,
3 ups.
Oh yes, that is the vicious card.
You drop
yes,
1.
objective card.
Panic on a 5.
7.
Hey, take a wound, please.
Yep, Glory Seeker, right?
Glory
Yeah.
Seeker.
Yep.
Hey,
So it's
at
still
least
a
I can
pass.
do-
It still would have been past either with
Yeah.
the vicious. Yeah,
And a wound back to the skirmishers.
yeah. That's what
Could
glory
have
seeker.
just retreated.
Glory seekers are
But,
annoying.
Yeah.
I don't remember what cards he had. But anyway, you have Rising Temps, so you can use
Right.
them.
Yes, yeah. I've got the nasty guy.
So Resident is great. Next round, it means the if those flamemen are still alive,
They
they're
definitely can't see the
because
skill.
Martells get first activation next round, I believe.
Yes,
Martells
Yes.
will have first activation next
So that
round.
means that's not going off until round 4.
You never know, Martell,
So we see the
Um,
Seal Shanks activate here, and
I'm
no
gonna
cards
expect
coming
the
down
Russian
from
version.
the Martells, with the
See,
Russian versions coming out here.
should have gone for that cav into the flameman.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still to go, right?
Oh yeah, the other
I
flameman.
get
too,
rerolls
yeah.
because you're inactivated, so I don't
So-
mind about the board.
We could
You
see.
gain a vulnerable.
We could see these outriders just explode here.
Yeah.
Let's
So we
do more
have
than 0 damage.
7
I'll
dice
be happy.
on
Ooh,
3s.
I'm
with
seeing
rerolls
some
and critical
6s
blast.
already.
Yeah.
Oh, there's 3 6s.
That is 5, 8, please. Sundering.
3, 6, 7, 8 on 6s with a vulnerable token.
8 thundering, that's 8 wounds.
Oh, I'll take that.
8 wounds through, and then a vicious panic
Now,
test.
if this could also heal the
6,
Flademan.
and then,
If he has the
I'll
card,
roll
which
the
I think he
panic
does,
Sure,
if they fail this
just
panic.
vicious.
Just
Yeah.
vicious. Okay. I fail it for 2 wounds.
Fail for
So
2.
that was.
Sadly, Boltons don't have any cards to
That
bolster their panic damage.
that Outrider unit is almost dead, and that's the unit that heals people.
Yes, I think they're down to just 1 wound remaining there after that attack.
No, they took
They took 8 from the attack, and I
They took
believe
two-
they
and
took
2
2
from
from the panic. Yeah.
that'd be 10, so they'd be 2 left.
Okay. Yes. Math hard.
They could still get an attack in and heal the skirmishers, but
Yes.
Real quick, so that I won't
Yeah,
get surprised.
absolutely.
they're having. Maybe zoom out. Actually, we missed the fun there. I don't know. I don't want to mess with the camera trying angling it myself, but.
Oh, don't worry. Here we go. So we're just looking through some cards here. The Forestpond doesn't want to be
Gonna activate them.
surprised by any
Yep.
Bolton card he's not
Outriders
sure of.
going.
And we have Outriders going.
So we might end up seeing that bubble panic thing if he attacks.
We could. And the question is, do they just retreat? Get out of dodge and live.
Is it getting out of dodge though?
Hitting point is good. Healing is also good.
How would I be checking here?
all
Is
good.
I would
It's
be
all good.
checking
I'll align here.
whether Viper
and
can
I'll
see
heal you.
and how far
I'll
that
heal
charge is.
myself and I'll hit you.
Now me.
Oh, did he?
I won't heal
So he's able to
you.
realign.
Before.
It looks like he's actually covering the objective, possibly.
Yes.
2. 5 ups. We dropped both.
So I do think that would have
Panic
given
on
him
a
precision
6.
on that attack. Not that it matters
Hitting
because
any
both were
sixes.
stunned. Yeah.
So they passed their panic, which means no panic bubble
Yes.
explosion.
No shared fear.
It's kind of like a weird like double-edged sword. It's like, oh, I want that, but also I don't want to take wounds.
Yes.
I
But
forgot about the ability. I should have just retreated. But you know,
yeah, we got the skirmishers are back now up to full.
Yeah.
It,
this is an expendable units. They're there just to die. Hopefully a bit slower than this, but live stuff.
that's my experience with Outriders too. A lot of the time, like really, you'll see Martell players a lot of time like literally have Outriders jump in front of a scary attack to prevent something they care about more.
Yeah. Where they're such a fast unit.
Yeah.
And if they get that attack in, they have a good, like, even after they get charged, if they have a chance to get an attack back, then they can
Yeah.
get a decent heal off of it.
But I do think like what he was looking at before.
Is that just out
He
of
attacked with. I think he attacked with the skirmishers too early.
Like,
Like
obviously.
they didn't
So I
need
think
to. The
All right.
the Outriders were, and I guess
Yeah, the
like if they
knights are
charged, they were in a
there,
bit of a
fine.
pickle. I guess the other Flaymen could come and get them, although it might have been hard because of where Steel Shanks was. That said, you know, they'd be stuck there. So
Back off. So,
Martell player
Go
will
first
have
next,
start of
there
next
you go.
turn. He needs to start with swords, just because he doesn't want the rising temp to go away.
Yes.
so I
His
think
ideal situation.
we're
Those
gonna
Flaymen are down
him.
to 4 wounds.
we'll basically.
Those skirmishers can do 4 wounds
Yeah.
if with a quick fire.
Even with the quick fire.
Although
Plus,
it looks like we're.
That's what I thought you might do.
Oh, okay. We're see. It's a march. I was about to say, is this gonna be a long bomb charge? But no, it's a
it looks like
more
Flaymen
careful
are
positioning.
coming over to support.
Yeah.
After their mates did nothing.
So here's what we're gonna see is Viper's going to be
I definitely have played
checking
worse.
to see.
You know,
Oh, maybe he's not. He might be marching.
I think he's going to go for the march onto the objective, getting those extra
Martells
cards.
do love extra cards.
I mean, this isn't terrible, but I think I would rather use it on these guys.
Oh, he is knights too. So I don't run the Starfall Knights very often.
So this is 10 inches.
I'm not against them completely.
And then this is 2 inches.
My big
Go.
issue with them primarily is
They don't have the support of other Lance
they
Cavalry
don't have the support.
factions.
Well, it's more that they are a fighty. Their goal is to do damage.
And
I don't. I don't like my Martells. Don't like doing
These
damage.
these over.
And a lot of Martellists don't have the support.
So Viper's
that-
moving up. This also means Martells get extra cards, which Martells with extra cards is great for Martells.
And then
Yes.
just you.
Just a second.
So
No, I've got nothing.
So because
we had that lost activation with the Rusensu
I can.
because of the
Okay, so now please.
rush
early
rush
activation.
taking of the bag.
Yeah.
What we're seeing here is the Martells actually get both the last two activations
That's okay.
Yes.
and
I
and a
know
charge.
exactly what you mean. That's good.
And the start next. I don't know. Those Starfall Knights look like they probably slam into the flank of those.
So I'll activate them.
If they can reach. Yeah.
They have auto 13-inch charge. This is where they have strength over the other landscape, right? Like they are faster.
If I
Yeah.
go this way and I fail it, I should be on top of Oberyn, so I won't. Actually, it doesn't really matter if I.
So what is the distance of that charge?
This charge would be.
I'm gonna try and work the camera.
So this way. Here. There we go. Oh, it's
So we see here.
There we go. It ain't great. It's over 9, so it's a 4 up.
4 up.
So we got a 50-50
I guess if I pivot a
charge.
bit this way, is it a? Can I get it to a 3 up? Let's say it's a 4 up. It's just
Well,
let me.
if you roll a 3 or 4, measure it again.
Okay, okay. And because I have no reason why not to, so I'll just go for it.
Sure.
It's a 1.
Okay.
So a fail charge here.
So that's a big. I think that's a saving grace for the
And the panic tests.
Boltons, because realistically, those knights going into a 10 wound unit's flank that, with a 7-up morale, that's a fair chance of
Destroying
taking
the
them
unit.
out.
If-
And then you're looking at start of next round,
Vicious, I believe, which I passed anyway.
Oh right, I forgot.
which would leave start of round the next round. Fair chance of killing that flayman too.
Yes. So here we are, end of round.
You have a field there.
The Martells go up
Sadly.
3 points.
Yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, 3
and
to
Boltons
1.
gain 1.
Yes. Do I keep these?
And the Martells get that extra card.
Martells now have an extra card. And I
we're around
believe
3
Boltons
now.
get a heal, but I don't know if anything is
No, they're
in
out of
range.
Yeah, they're way too far.
Poor Ramsey.
Poor Ramsey. Ramsey's fine.
Okay. So as we were talking about the Martell player has to start with swords, which is too bad. Like, you know, in another world where it was less important,
You first,
you
Mr.
might
Pond.
do that charge with the knights now. But realistically, what I see happening is
We're going to see Alaria come down on swords. We're going to likely see an attack on the Flateman.
yeah, it's interesting. He'll have
vulnerable.
to use the scout openings.
If we spend the vulnerable and then use Alaria to remove the vulnerable.
Oh, this
from
could
the
actually be
Flateman.
real bad for the flip because the surge can trigger the quickfire.
True.
So you can scout openings the weekend one. Yeah, this is sometimes what the Martells are just dreaming for, right?
Yeah.
It's risky. It's really risky. Well, I'll use scout openings here. And then I will.
I think what you actually do is you Alaria and vulnerable whoever
Yeah, I have to use Alaria.
else you're going to attack. Maybe the other Flateman.
If the other Flateman or the Bolton. Or the Cutthroats with
I don't
shield
think
strings.
I don't think they need it. They're 5-up safe.
That's true.
If you're attacking them, you're attacking
They're
them.
classic,
Yeah.
they're classic.
You're attacking them with sundering, right?
Just in case I remove this vulnerable, because
That's
the only
true.
thing I can remove. I'll give you a weekend would be better, but I will give you a panic there.
Yeah.
That's what I
Don't blame
Okay,
me.
so he's trying to guarantee the kill on them
Yeah.
because the
We're so
skirmishers hit on 4s, right?
Yeah. So
But they
8
do
dice on 4s.
Rerolls precision,
Rerolls precision
vicious,
into a 3-up armor
and
save.
vicious.
Okay.
Yes. But it is still into a 3-up armor save with
Now,
no
if
thunder.
these were my Martell dice, he'd get 4 6s right here.
Oh, thank God you skipped
Oh,
those
that was
pudding.
terrible. That was terrible.
That was a
So
really
so far we have 2 hits,
Okay, so that's 2 wounds.
2 precision.
2
And
precisions.
3 hits.
That's
okay.
very big.
So that's
Great.
And 3 hits.
so that leaves Flateman with 2 wound right now.
Pass them all.
Pass them all. I'm not gonna die. I do like the unexpected exhaustion. I think you're gonna remove that anyway. So let's use the vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that goes.
Yeah. That goes.
So unexpected
Thank you very
exhaustion.
much.
will
That's
go
always
away.
the dilemma with the unexpected exhaustion is using up the vulnerable.
Take
Yeah.
one more.
He takes
Okay.
one more wound.
Need
The
to crit
flayed
those
men
actions. So
are
you're against
on
the
1 wound left.
7 lives now. With
On a 7.
7. He needs to roll.
At least a 2 on the damage.
Reroll that.
Yep.
No, we fail. We take 1.
you take just 1. Oh yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Thus
Okay.
gets it.
Awesome.
And that's it.
And now we
The
see
Flayed Men are dead.
the Surge Force.
Yes.
And that is another point for the Martell.
That is a point for the Martells. I'm not biased, but this is kind of like dream for what Martells want to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Will I still get the search for.
Yes, yeah.
Skirmishers are monsters. I love them
Thing
so
is, if
much.
I shoot
I have
here,
a second one that needs to
I
be
have to do a
painted.
panic. I might fail that. But on the other hand,
And with
And then I was playing around with lists that need 2 or more.
with the new patch and extra attachments being floating around, I think you're going to see a lot of two skirmishers.
It's a big thing. I always, to me, to a large extent, skirmishers often like are pretty much an 8. They're actually almost in the past an 8-point unit because really,
you wanted a spear lord or you wanted a sentinel.
or the sentinel, right? Before sentinel, there were times I ran without spear lord, but like
Even with the spear captain,
like this.
they really liked a 1-point attachment to either stay alive or to get
Yeah.
the extra damage.
well, and now there's like Hota, but so like that's why I wouldn't necessarily run too many of them.
Yeah, fair enough.
Can
A
you
lot of lists
see-
were only
you
ever
cannot
running
see my
1.
dice, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, awesome.
So this is
So the only thing I'm really afraid of is fail it.
he could end up killing his own outright here.
Because then you could.
He could.
I personally would have started working on the other flayed men. But he can roll
6.
pretty
Six on sixes.
solid. It's not going to kill them, but it means
Take
that
1.
like
5.
the knights will kill them.
And then I.
Yes.
My panic on a 7.
And
We pass.
But now if I fail the panic, he can use the panic maneuver card and then charge my knights before they can charge him.
oh yeah, that is
My panic.
And then
he
it is
passes.
a pass.
Why didn't you fail your panic still, Shaq?
Martells
I was
do.
considering giving you a panic token just so that I would make you not fail the panic. 'cause
It's
I-
funny. I've never seen someone want to fail. Actually, that's not true. I've seen my. I've wanted to fail. I've wanted people. I remember wanting an opponent to pass
So I'll
panic.
just-
Sorry, that's scout openings, isn't it?
Skull openings is used, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's use these grey ones.
Yeah. So the skirmishers have now used both of their orders.
Yeah, skirt
No, I have
openings.
3 points now. You have 1.
You have
Yes.
4 points.
You have 4
yes.
points.
Oh,
Or-
the flag man 2. No.
I do.
Oh no, sorry. We gave him too many points. That was wrong. You're right.
Cool.
Well,
I think.
The
yes.
Outriders did
The
not.
Outriders are
Just
not
gonna-
controlling the objective
Yes.
because they only have 1 rank.
We were bad.
start
There
with,
we go.
Do you have anything?
No.
Stripping the
So
points.
so they
I was too biased.
Yeah.
I'll draw a card.
Cool.
So the thing is now the skirmishers have used their quick fire. It does drastically limit what they can do. But
Mhm.
what is Ramsey? Here's the thing: Ramsey goes back. Varys heals the Outriders more, and then the Knights kill the Cutthroats. This is a real conundrum.
And let's see us for the letters for more tokens.
You could weaken the Knights, but still, he only has 5 wounds left. Even weakened, 3 up Night Charge.
It's not looking great.
The vulnerable that gives you a panic and weakened in the
I mean,
flank.
you'll get them killed
Yeah.
if you want.
Sure, yeah, but is that the best thing? Probably. I don't want to kill 0 points.
Also, were you worried you was the street?
No.
You got 1 hour remaining, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much.
I operated the camera a
I
bit.
will activate them.
did? I did.
Yeah.
There was some very big violence that needed to be in frame.
You
Yeah.
become
Because of
vulnerable.
Boltons.
There was no. There was almost a night charge into those
I won't be
cutthroats.
super embarrassed.
He failed the charge, but like it was almost like, oh, and you're
7
exploded. Yeah.
sundering, please.
7 stunts.
Yeah, if you want to operate, you can do this.
Yep.
And this on the side. And then
And I mean, I'm dead.
Yeah. It works similar to how my tripod works. So
Let's take
They
a
can still charge.
it's a pretty standard tripod setup.
Yeah.
this one's
That is a
different
point, let's
because
go.
it's hydraulic.
Oh, it's fancier.
Yeah, it's oily smooth because it works on hydraulics.
Mm.
Because it softens the.
So Outriders are now dead, and we see the Cutthroat surging forward.
I think they're trying to get as far out of line of sight as they can from the skirmishers.
I think they're just trying to. They were trying to get to the point and turn around.
Sure. It's better than nothing.
Now here's the question.
Okay.
So
that was
the
their activation,
he used their activation. He also means
Yes.
he's not losing their activation, right? Because the knights
Exactly.
were posed to just wipe them out. He definitely wants to get either kill them now or block bags, right?
Yes,
He is out of the Boltons are out of Varus tokens already.
they are. So grabbing
I'll activate
base
Oberyn.
himself.
I'll charge you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Interesting. Oberyn's charging. He's going to stall those knights. They're going to become vulnerable and weakened,
Yep.
yeah.
thanks
For
to.
the reason,
I can't remember. I think it's called the Viper's Blades or something,
Viper's Fangs.
Viper's Fangs.
which is his ability. It's also what allows you to do silly things like at the start of a turn after you've poisoned someone, just dropping a million vulnerable tokens.
Then
Yes.
I'm excited
weaken
for
and
this.
vulnerable.
So these Vipers, they only hit on
That's
fours,
not activated.
but they do have precision.
Yes. And they will get rerolls here from the charge.
Yep. They also now, if for example those knights decide to go into them, those knights would be hitting on twos with 10 dice because of gang up.
Because of gang up.
He's precision, not centering.
Precision on.
Yeah, cool. So 3 up. I've got 2. I'll just roll the panic for this. It's panic on a 5.
So he's not using the vulnerable.
We're okay. Oh, sorry.
So
Yeah.
I take a wound, right?
You take a wound. I take 2.
Enjoy Manticore.
Ah,
And the Manticore
The
Venom
Manticore
has come
Venom
down.
has come down. We don't have the ability to
Is that
click on
an ability?
Manticore Venom, but
No, it is an ability, but doesn't target. If that's your question.
that is my question. For no reason whatsoever.
so for those that don't know, Manticore Venom essentially
Cool. I'm going to go with Bruce.
anytime when the
I'm
unit
gonna spend
activates,
the
it
panic
gains a vulnerable token,
panic on the
and then anytime
Vipers
that unit
beast.
would gain a vulnerable token, if it already has one, it takes a wound, and the unit can no longer heal. There is no way to remove Manticore Venom. I believe it's the only
Yeah.
negative effect
And I'll
that has
heal.
no way to remove
Problem is your knight's probably just
in the game.
anyway.
I can't think of
I
any
can't
others.
think of any others.
Everything else has some way. Manticore Venom is.
Dude.
Like, I guess technically Tyenne's poison also you can't remove.
Yes.
But so now this is where people talk about now there's a clock on those blade men.
Okay.
So we see
I think
Bruce
that
coming
even
down
with 8 then.
onto the bags,
So yeah, he seems to have
clearing off the weakened token on them.
I think he made a
can't
comment-
heal them,
he
but the weakened is
the weekend
under
you can
remove.
remove. Yeah, he made a comment that I think he was making a comment that even with 8, he thinks the cutthroats are dead, and that's why he didn't try and heal them. Essentially, he wants to try and punch because like the punching with those vipers, like sure, flayed men have 3 up saves, but being weakened, if when they activate they get like when they activate they get like unexpected exhaustion or something or rising temperatures on them. Now they're at negatives to hit. Like there's a lot of things that you don't want.
And we did just see Varus come down onto the letters and put the weakened token right
Oh,
back
right. I
onto
Yes.
the
attack this hand. So.
Because you come off it.
yeah.
Nice.
So I'll.
flayed man.
Rising temps? Ah.
I wish.
He discarded
Sand diplomacy.
sand diplomacy. Okay, that's
Because I was no longer
Yep.
+1 tactics.
Yes.
yeah. He moved off of it. His hand is too big. But sand diplomacy, while a good card, is not. It's not one you're particularly sad. It's going to be an interesting
already
thing
down.
now with Martells, where Martells are going to be able to have battle plan much more regularly with Ariahota going down to 1 point and the free
Only
attachment.
if you bring
Oh,
Doran.
Which-
into
Which
the-
Doran is a very
Well,
popular.
he's a
team.
very strong.
But
team, yeah.
the big issue, one of the issues with
These
other
guys-
than being expensive,
Awesome.
And we're going to take the horses. I know I lose a load of momentum.
he played a card onto those guys. I think it was probably.
I
I
believe
think
it
it was
was the,
Ramsey.
Just a little bit.
yeah, I think it was the fuel by slaughter from.
Ramsey. They don't have a way to make an attack again, those Shroud, do they?
I don't believe so, but his fire unit of cutthroats are not going to be able to make a charge.
You put it on
And
the
his-
Flayed Men.
his
Flayed
Flayed
Men have
Men-
been activated.
But they cannot heal
Oh yeah.
from.
So Ramsey's not doing much essentially this round, so
Yeah.
put him somewhere.
Okay.
Sad Ramsey.
Oh, we should go back to the.
Yeah. All right.
So we still have one NCU left. There's another. There could be another one of those. We could have another one of those block pass situations. Although it looks like he might be going for it. What's left? It looks like just Crown is left. Skirmishers are looking to see. It's going to be hard for them. There is a bog, so they're only going to be able to shift 1 inch when they shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can easily get here. It doesn't matter what you do.
What do you do here? Do you just take the Crown and hit the other cutthroats cuz? Get rid of another activation?
Even hitting the. Oh,
I
yeah.
don't.
I was going to say hitting the flayed men, but they do have Serpent Tenacity, so you don't want to hit them for no reason.
Yeah, that's why so you wouldn't put it. You could put it into the ones you're going to kill anyways, but like.
Just to stop you, and I'll Crown zap them.
I think you just be greedy. Hope you don't get the one.
Yeah,
Also, you don't want to blow up and give a panic bubble, right?
exactly.
I'll activate the Flayed Man.
Yep. Let's give them a rising.
Rising temperatures. We are in round 3. Flayed men cannot be targeted by friendly tactics cards, and they're -1 to hit.
Well, that's very.
He'll probably remove this start of next round with the sword.
More than likely.
I will play a Flayed Man on that.
Oh, we see a flayed man coming down, removing the
Nice.
panic token.
Trading a panic token for rising temps is a very fair trade.
That is annoying though. I will play our blades are sharp for precision on the attack.
His air blades are sharp coming down on this attack.
Just to
6 dice
so you can
on.
make all your saves. At least 1 precision. There's no precisions. That's
6 dice on 3s.
I'll spend the weekend.
Yeah, fair enough.
Might get a few more.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
We'll take
okay,
that.
that's
2
worse.
precisions, 3 saves, please.
So just made it worse for himself.
Yeah, thanks, man.
3 saves.
With
Save
Sundering.
1, so that's gonna be 4.
That's
2
all right.
precisions, 2.
2 precisions, 2 wounds.
Yeah. And then a panic test.
Panic at -3.
A big boy panic test. Against them now. Which they fail, and I think I'd rather not fail.
He reaches for his hand. We're getting an unexpected exhaustion. We're getting an about unbent unbroken.
I mean, this
Yeah.
is going in a moment. Actually,
He's going to.
this could be spicy.
He's going to put it onto the.
So that's just auto pass.
That's all the pass.
Onto
He
the
has
steel
sword.
shanks.
So just for the viewers at home,
Should have kept temps.
unbent unbroken. Does auto pass if you use swords, and then now that other unit has -2.
Just those guys.
Realistically, that unit's probably dead anyways, but now it's really just putting that nail in the coffin.
Just extra,
Oh no, sorry, I didn't know it.
extra insurance.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you don't want to be greedy.
I guess it didn't do anything.
I did drop 1. I'll take my save. I did that sometime.
And counter-strike here, putting out another wound.
Value. Okay. Activate them.
That wound can never come back.
Come on,
Yeah.
Chris, you can do it.
Every wound
That's the
done to
thing
the
with
flayed man.
Oberyn, right? A lot of times Oberyn he'll die, but he'll just put the.
I have rolled terrible.
The interesting thing is like those skirmishers.
Oh, don't speak before you do things.
Oh, so that's classic fashion. The Lance Cab rolled a 1 on their charge.
You become panicked and
Weakened.
So now there is a hope. There is a dream. Oh, that's
that is
a.
just 4 hits.
That is just 4. He needs
I should have
to.
bagged them.
He needs to fail panic.
Yeah.
No.
So we're down to
4.
just Walton, and he has a panic.
You wouldn't pass the panic twice. It's
He has a
-3
panic at
total.
-3.
Against, 9 'cause of
-3?
Unbowed and bent unbroken.
Oh, I'm back. Sorry. Yes. So
A
6 to 9.
Okay,
No.
you're dead.
And
I get panicked.
You get panics all.
So, yeah,
Okay.
that would have been
So that's a panicked.
in just enough with the
Panicked.
Iron Resolve to actually kill the unit.
Unlucky,
Yes.
mate, you almost lived.
Did you give a point?
You did.
When I
So you
needed
get one
them
more
to fail,
point
they
here
didn't.
for the
Got
Martells.
And the Starfall
Yeah,
Knights
wish we would have.
look like they're going to surge onto that objective.
Yes, yeah, sure. I'll take.
So we're now back again to. So the cutthroats haven't activated, but the skirmishers also still haven't activated.
Okay, your turn.
My turn.
Yes.
They they can't do much. It's I'm
Is it?
first player next,
And here's the
right?
question: is it a possible charge, or do?
Coin, healing's useless.
A possible charge from the cutthroats into
I
the
think I just
vipers.
marched him, right?
Yeah, he needs to get into the fight. He's not going to win on points now
You want to kill
No.
Oberyn, eh?
without killing.
Yeah, mate.
Did
After this.
it not update? Oh no, it did. That's round.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. He's very cool. I like Oberyn.
Skirmishers are easily going to just go sit on that objective.
Is it?
Like they could try a crazy charge, but it's not
Oh, well,
worth it.
No,
Why
He's
get in
The
the
moment
fight?
they declare Martells are coming out, I'm
they're
like, I'm gonna
very
play Oberyn,
they're very
so-
happy
It
to
doesn't matter. He's
sit
the coolest guy ever.
to sit
No.
on that objective.
I
at
guess
this
you
point.
watched the
I guess they're not
series.
on the
They're
objective.
discussing Oberyn.
Yeah,
Oberyn's great.
He's amazing. I can't
I
read
really
the
wish they'd
books
roll
now.
back half of the nerf they gave his
He's
NCU,
one of the
but
characters that's also really
Yes.
cool in the series. Like,
Yes,
I like
yeah,
them
yeah,
both.
yeah.
you know, now that we're getting more durable units
yeah.
and stuff, maybe he starts coming back.
Who doesn't have a
True.
passion for Pedro Pascal?
That said, there's a
Yeah.
lot of heavier armor. It feels like right now, so like
The game does seem to be full of 3+ armor, 5+ morale units.
no, he can only move
Wanna get elves
5. And I will point out, if he had a high hemorrhage sentinel,
here.
he could have pivoted and marched 13.
So activate, go there.
Yes.
Cool. So that looks like
I think
that's
the round, right?
that looks like the end of the round.
Yeah.
We're getting another 2 points for the Martell player.
2 more. So
Putting the
3 for
score
killing, 1 and 2
to
from
6 to 1.
Yes, from Super.
6-1. It is going
I will toss 1 card.
2.
2, right? They did
Oh
kill
yes,
the,
yeah, we did forget. Yeah,
I'm going
right.
to ditch Persevere because both times I've prayed it happened, you unbound.
Okay. So we are in round 4.
Cool.
It is the Bolton gets to go first.
So as we get things prepped back up, drawing hands, making sure everyone has their cards.
Oh, start of round.
Yeah,
Sign the block.
Oh, this
This
is
is in diplomacy.
so. This
coming
is
down.
rough.
that always means
Yeah.
something bad. Is this the tokens one, right?
Yeah, it's a token.
Now these tokens do come down after the zone is resolved.
They
but,
do.
But it is worth noting. It's a vulnerable and a weakened.
So you get 2
Uh,
and I get 2. So you pick
So
the zone.
let's pull it up.
And then if you take it, you get these.
Yes, after resolving the zone.
I'll take the horses, please.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll take the swords.
Yeah. So
And
And you go first.
It's
then
a-
start a turn. I'm going to play Cruel Methods, and I'm going to change this panic token to a vulnerable weakened.
oh, what was that? That
That
was.
was cruel methods from.
That gives you swap
And
tokens.
He can
weakened and
spend
vulnerable
a
the same unit.
panic token
Oh wow.
I get to put
Yeah.
up 2.
to
That's
put
cool.
out.
So if you take,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
everywhere.
So they're discussing sand diplomacy. Essentially, each player chooses a zone.
They can't be healed at
The
same-
first
So,
of any
does this
player
go
to
with
take one of
override
those
or it
2
stays forever?
zones
It stays forever.
Oh,
gets to
that's
put
pretty
out
Until you're
a
dead.
panicked and a vulnerable and a weakened on 2 different
good.
units.
I'm
Yeah.
going
This is one of the reasons you'll see Martell players bring
I'm gonna go
Peter like
Bruce.
he did, because
Yeah.
We'll put panic back onto these guys.
you're giving them the
And
swords.
then,
Yes.
I think I have to take swords at this point. Because otherwise you've got a billion.
And the thing is here, the Flayman have to take swords. He is right,
Yeah.
because if you don't,
Sure. I'll take that.
you're not getting
I'll
rid
take
of
these
Rising
guys,
Temps.
I'll play
Rising
two
Temps
facts, so
was
it's
stopped
not
by
Nice.
a Flayed Man Has No Secrets.
Okay, so we have Dune Tactics coming
Let's
out.
go.
So only
kind of
4
surprised.
Oh, where's
dice.
the crit blow? That's 4, please.
Oh, that's still 4.
Still 4 sundering.
I might very much die. Well, then I roll like this. Okay, it's a 1.
1 wound from Dune
Go 4
Tactics.
up safe?
They're 4 up, yeah.
4 up, nice.
So unfortunately, he didn't have. If he had started with crowns,
Panic minus
Yeah.
3.
I was half expecting Oberyn to have a
For 4
intercept orders on that to make it worse, so you take the sword.
Yeah.
Yes.
They should be dead,
Ooh,
damn it.
that was a big panic test.
I'll
But now he
use a
does
life
get to
order.
put out
Yeah, 3 hits
those.
there.
3 hits there. We take 2.
So we're using a Varus for
Yeah.
that, and then we're seeing the tokens from Sand Diplomacy go out. Or we should be.
Oh,
We
why
should
is
be
he up
seeing the
there?
Sand Diplomacy tokens going out.
I mean, it's
That would be nice.
It's
very
not
simple.
optional.
I
I
think I will die very soon with Oberyn.
We'll see it. We'll see it in a second.
I think I'll die very soon with Oberyn. You have 8 wounds left there.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah,
They'll look to the tactics board and put out the Sand Diplomacy markers at some point.
Oh, right.
No, no, no.
These-
No, we won't.
I forgot about that. Okay, that's
So
These guys,
who
and
else?
you take 1 wound and you become weakened.
I take a wound.
Because you have vulnerable and you have manticore venom, so every time you get a vulnerable, you take a wound.
Perfect.
I was wondering if he was
Okay, that's-
considering
yes, of
putting
course, yeah.
both
did
versions.
the Flayedmen activate after they were attacked last round?
Yes.
Yes.
And they took a wound.
Oh, they did. Okay,
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah, they took a wound and then attacked and took a wound off Counter Strike.
Yeah.
Let's activate Peter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the crowns again. And I will use the bags with the Peter order.
Very good.
So Peter is.
Oberyn will never die.
Yeah, so we can zoom in on Oberyn's fight there a bit.
Yeah, so if we
We're
bring
gonna
back
heal
Oberyn
Oberyn
here.
up.
Yeah.
Oberyn's in danger. I don't know what cards he has in hand though. Oberyn has a lot of annoying cards that mess with opponents.
We've already seen a Dune Tactics come out, which is
We've
Very
seen
huge.
both unexpected exhaustions, I think.
I know we've for sure seen one unexpected exhaustion. I don't think we've seen
We've
the
seen
second one
at
yet.
least one rising temp.
Yeah, and we've seen both Rising Temps.
It's both rising temps?
Yeah. So we see Ramsey coming out now,
Influence there.
going on to the Cutthroats.
How many cards you got?
Got just one.
Just one. Well, it's going to be a horrible one.
The comment about it being a horrible one is probably accurate. Martell cards are all horrible.
Yes, there's
I'll take the bags.
outside of early
So-
round sand diplomacy.
We're having bags to remove the weekend, I think primarily just so Oberyn doesn't do it. The
Yeah.
fun thing Oberyn can do is if he attacks the Flayedman, it's
Yeah.
automatically one wound.
Cool.
Yeah, and we see a Varys
Varys,
token come out and heal up over
another
even more.
two. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do something funny.
One thing about the Vipers, even though they only hit on 4s,
Yes.
they do degrade very well. They are 7/6
So
for.
here, I'll remove this weekend. I'll give, using the letters, I'll give the weekend back here.
Nice.
And I'll draw 2.
Interesting.
Your turn.
I keep.
He still has. Here's the question: will the Bolton player again lose an activation by skipping the horse on the tactics board?
Good.
I am going to
He won't. That's probably smart.
horse.
This
'Cause otherwise, it's a free shot for the
Yeah.
skirmishers, right? I'm actually surprised he
So you're
didn't
targeting
Alaria.
I'm
the
targeting
horse.
them. If you want to play, you're horrible.
Oh, he might have intercept,
Oh no.
Oh, that's fine. That's
which
fine.
would which is interesting because in this situation would force the flayed men to retreat.
It would.
We'll go
Could have been good.
like that.
Resilience on those guys is real annoying.
So am I in 11? I think when you pivot, I'm gonna be just outside 11, right?
Outside?
I'm just outside 11, right?
Looks it? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Here,
Even
so
with a pivot.
it looks like they're measuring the distance there on a potential rush of aggression charge.
Yes, not the cab charge because that would be a 13. I think you work on the flayed men. I think you open
Hang on, I
Oberyn.
can't help them.
Interesting thing with Oberyn right now is
Every pin in my head is just
if
like
Oberyn-
Ramsey, heal them.
if Oberyn attacks,
Hope
It's
we
an
did another vulnerable token.
auto wound right off the bat. You could also do something like you could scout opening it to give those 6 dice have free rolls. I don't know if I would. They already have precision, but I think you might as well go with him. Right, he's the one that's most likely to be lost activation wise.
Yes.
The only alternative is if you wanted to intercept the charge with the knights into the resilient cutthroats.
Yeah.
They probably won't die. Like the
Oh,
cutthroats.
sorry, what is that? Did you skip earlier?
I don't know, just because he can no longer move.
Oh right, cool. Because you're
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Cool.
So
cool,
it's
cool.
still my activation.
Yeah, cool.
Like you could block. Like it's not good with cutthroats, but cutthroats.
Can you do a retreat with your special card? With
No,
that?
just
Okay.
a maneuver.
Just a maneuver. Okay.
You're very overestimating this card.
I'm scared of anything that has to do with moving. It's like,
Martells don't like it when other people do movement shenanigans. That's their thing.
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, the panic is gonna hurt a lot, but such is life. Let's use scout openings here.
Okay. So we're seeing scout
I
openings.
will activate Oberyn's unit.
This is the Oberyn
Ah,
activating. And he played,
a card.
there.
Cunning Ploy.
Cunning Ploy, okay.
So we're getting the.
Let's see if I can get into your.
He does not control swords, so he doesn't get the
free vulnerable?
The free vulnerable. But he's already. But he's already vulnerable. But actually, here it does matter.
Yeah.
With the shift.
Now, was this the shift? Does he get into the rear? Is he getting the shot in the butt?
What does it look like?
I don't think so.
Not this
no,
time,
no.
but the
No, I
next
think
one.
Yes.
If I go a
For
bit
sure, but
Yeah.
I don't
Now-
think you are, no.
The danger
In
of
that
this,
case, I
though.
don't want to be too far from the objective, so I'll just move.
Yeah, if he's not getting in the rear, it makes sense because also you don't want the Vipers to die and then not be able to get a second shot.
True.
I think it looked like one win for both of us so far.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let me do some camera work.
8 on 3s.
Oh, thank God you got rerolls.
Exactly.
There you go.
Okay, so 8. 6, I mean.
6.
No precision.
In the sides, the fours. Would you like to vulnerable?
Actually, yes.
Yes.
That's a good roll, but worth vulnerable in.
1
This wasn't great for me.
Panic
this is gonna
on a
cost me.
6. I do fail, but I take no damage.
Yeah. Then my panic, right?
And then your panic on a -1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. Yep. Cheers.
I failed it for
for 2.
2 wounds. I knew this was a bad idea. Should have just attacked with Oberyn.
But they're still unactivated, right? 'Cause
They
of
are.
Ploy.
That did knock the Flatemen down to.
To just 1 rank, and realistically only 4 wounds.
Why realistically only 4 wounds?
Well, they can't heal.
They lost the. Oh yeah, yeah.
And
just
yeah,
4
I
wounds,
believe
yeah.
there's
They will
4
get the
wounds.
vulnerable back too once they activate.
They won't take the wound, but they will
No,
at least get
but the
vulnerable.
skirmishers
They're still
haven't.
to go, so they're probably
Skirmishers
gonna
haven't
be the man.
activated.
Cutthroats, I hope, would kill them.
Probably.
I think.
The thing is, even if he kills Oberyn,
I think I'm gonna go with the cutthroats.
Activating them?
Yes.
Go ahead.
No.
So what you saw there, might have heard there, is the correct way to play Martells, which is anytime someone activates and you don't play anything, make it seem like you have something awful that you're choosing not to use at that point.
I'm gonna charge them,
Surprising.
and I'll play Rush just so I don't
Yep.
mess it up. Get crit blow.
Yep.
We have to get.
No, these guys.
So they will take a vulnerable token after this attack for playing Rush Aggression
the
and
attack.
not being Steel Shanks Bolton.
That's
Say
true.
again,
They
sir?
will become
Anything for
vulnerable.
the attack?
No, just crit blow.
Do tactics.
Dune Tactics. So those are 4
Nice.
dice.
You get a panicked and a vulnerable, but it happens after the attack.
After,
I'm just
cool.
gonna
Chuck it on.
put it here anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think these guys. They got rid of their weekend,
Uh-huh.
right? Or did they put back
Is
their
it
weekend?
disorderly? It's not.
No, it's just lowest.
lowest.
Yeah.
Cool.
And
No crit
please
blows.
reroll everything.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the vulnerable
That's
still
3,
in?
please.
And 2 for you.
And 2 for me on 5s. No, I take 2.
Wait, how did it get? Oh, crit blow.
Yeah.
3 for me.
On 5s.
I take only 1 wound.
Just
1 wound.
goddamn.
The cutthroats are gonna. The cutthroats did
Uh,
more.
That's your.
I failed both saves.
Yeah. And then a panic
Vicious,
test.
intimidating side, -4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
that's a
Failure for 3.
That's a big
And for
fail.
4.
That does.
And that does kill Oberyn.
It does kill
So
him.
You can maneuver and.
But
So you can search forth and they
Yeah.
can turn.
This
Few
does
of
also
those
mean
two
that the flayed men can turn
I'll take
to
that.
look at
they can.
skirmishers,
Now,
which
Yeah,
might
point.
save them
but
for
it
1
does
more turn.
also mean.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, we should give him a point.
Yeah.
But the other thing worth noting here, though, is
Right. They're gonna,
they're down to 10 wounds now.
they're gonna come up here.
So they're very vulnerable.
And the knights have. Do they do still have resilience?
And just turn them face.
Even.
They do still have resilience.
Trench,
You're right. Yeah.
I do
don't
believe
think you can
Martells
shift
will be
into one side
attacking
there.
first
No, I
next
don't
round, though.
think
So
Now the
they're
question
they're gonna
is,
pray.
if you're the skirmishers, do you
The
charge
old
just so
gods
the
and the new
flayed men aren't
That I can.
Free?
You have
aren't?
highest tactile value with this
I
one,
do,
right?
correct, yeah.
Ooh, that is scary. That is scary.
So he's highest stack. So you don't want that. The Criplo can do a lot of work, right? There's
Yeah.
some argument that you actually just charge in.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like I don't know. I don't think he can get the flank.
I don't think I
Can
can
I?
get your flank, can I? If I move in a straight line. Am I now in your flank? I
You
mean,
tell
it's
me.
not an auto in though. I'm not gonna do
Do
it.
we
No,
do
no, I don't think so. I don't think so.
No?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so the Steerful Knights won't be able to hit the flank
I mean,
of the
you're
flayed
with
men
your
if they were to
team,
try to
there is an
charge
auto in
there.
here.
I think
So
you
what I
don't
think I
charge
will
the
do is
cutthroats.
I'll activate
Yeah,
them.
Mhm.
I'll charge you.
smart. Yeah. So he's doing what I was saying. Skirmishers are
Yeah, bring it on.
charging in. Now, they're skirmishers.
Ooh.
That's my third
And they
one,
did
is
roll a
it?
1.
Okay, I
Oh.
need everything I need, man.
The one is a big deal. Apparently, he was saying, I think it's from one of the Boltons cards, the flayed men are max attack dice or something?
That would be from.
Not
It's
the
not
worst.
terrible.
Is it
Yeah.
Sadistic Games
Uh,
6.
6.
Yes.
that gives them Sundering?
Come on, Blade Man.
No?
Chromatic.
Harsh
Pick
Punishments,
one.
maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
We do fail for 2.
2. Did this one give extra wounds?
Oh, it does. It does. You're
Oh.
spot on.
So,
And they die.
Just... well, look at that.
Oh, he
Oh, man.
harsh
I
punishments
just
killed him with the
remembered.
extra
5
plus
up.
wound.
Yeah, sorry.
Harsh
I'm
Punishments,
terrible.
yes. Counteracting the Glory Seeker,
It's a good one to
flayed
fail.
men.
And
So I'll
the
return back here,
so
but
that's
why not?
this is looking.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a bloody game.
Nice to attack. You may have your.
Awesome. Can I move them just a bit so that I'm still on the objective and I'm within 12? I'll come a bit more this way.
Interesting about
Does
the.
it matter?
I'm
Doesn't
trying to
matter.
think the 12. What would the long range be?
Do Martells have any cards based on being in long range? Or potentially.
Cunning ploy.
I was thinking potentially
I'll go a bit
even
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. I'm all done.
Okay. Because I can,
Alaria for removing.
Oh,
connection
for
tokens,
tokens,
I
I'll
think.
yeah. That's
activate them and charge you auto invite.
Cool.
Let's see if it's.
So here we see the knights are going to
We're
charge.
Knights.
Number 1.
Knight's going
The
for a
cut
frontal
threads.
charge
Is it number 1?
with
It is-
another one. This is.
That's a lot of ones.
Has this been like every? I think this at least both of the knight charges.
Both the knight charges, the
Skirmisher
preceding
charge.
skirmisher charge.
Did Oberyn get a one? No.
No, Oberyn
Oberyn-
made it. That was the one charge he did make.
Yeah.
I'll take the 1.
So there's no tokens being given, but that's fine.
And no
There's gonna be a
rerolls.
6. They're gonna be a 6-up save.
Yeah. So 9 dice on 3s, no
I mean,
rerolls.
it's still.
He just hit 7 of them.
Hit 7. We're hitting resilience.
I thought
So
that was
on
zero.
That's
Five.
Sixes.
Sundering?
Sundering.
Sundering 6.
Sundering.
So we're on 6s, yes.
Right, 2. I take 2.
That's fine.
Only taking 2 wounds because of resilience.
Sorry, do you want to.
No, I won't. Don't.
No. Panic on a 7.
Yep.
We fail. Triple 1.
Let's
Fail.
use the panic token.
Yeah, on a
So
D6.
he's
So the automatic
failing,
fail,
rerolling
rerolling
the
the
D3.
D3.
Takes 2.
And do 2.
Takes a rank.
That does take a rank off them, yeah.
Okay, so let's score 1, you score 1.
So at the end of the round here, it will change to 8 to 4. Going into round 5.
Orders.
Keep this.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Final round. Oh, we're kind of zoomed in
Yeah,
on
very
their
good point.
faces.
Oh, that was the
Oh,
worst
you just switched to
Yeah.
that. Okay.
ever.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
position
that
the
was-
camera to be facing what zoomed in of what
Oh,
is happening.
Alright then. Then it's round. Is it 5?
Round to round 5.
Are we in a hurry?
No, I don't. I think you guys have at least half an hour left. Yeah.
Oh. You can't kill these in half an hour, man.
Well, I should. I should.
Just keep rolling ones.
I know, right?
The taunts from the Boltons.
Yep.
It's all we've got, man.
Not a taunt has been played from Seal Shanks, but the taunts are coming from the player anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
I think Ramsey is going back there in a moment.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just for giggles.
I think you sword, right? Just cause.
Yeah, he needs the sword.
Weaken off the sword.
If he doesn't sword, then Ramsey and you can grab the sword and Fuel by Slaughter attack back up.
You don't want to give them any
I
more
mean, I
attack.
could have kept danger set because you can target me with bags if I recall correctly, so you would have needed to heal me. I think. But I'm not entirely sure.
Here's true. You can
never
bags
accept
can
orders
target
bags to heal
enemies.
yourself.
All Martell players know this because you can kill your opponent with bags, but you can choose to heal your opponent for 0. But you do
Yes.
condition token is not
Various.
optional, I
Yeah.
believe.
So here,
Condition token's not optional.
attack you here.
Cool.
Where do I want to go? Do I want to go up? No, I think this was.
So you got some.
right?
It's a lance cab, so it's just 6 dice, but you know.
Yeah,
I would not shift over.
I don't think it
don't
overly
want,
matters.
You don't want to block. I don't. Yeah, it's academic at this point, but
Yeah. Because even if he doesn't shift over, then the cutthroats can shift.
do you know? Yeah, actually, it does make some sense to shift over to prevent them from being able to go this way and getting out of range of being shot.
Yeah.
Forces.
5 on freeze,
It's
Five
6,
on-
right?
I think.
Oh no, it's 5.
No, it's
yeah,
5.
It's 5 now, yeah.
Nice. Who needs to charge? 4.
It's still sundering.
Resilience.
Using
So the
resilience.
comes out on 4 dice.
None, so that's 2 more.
Takes 2.
Panic on a 7.
Panic on 7.
Now for 3 more.
And they take 3 more. Ooh.
That's bloody here.
Right.
Nothing left.
Martells.
Murder. There's murder left.
There's still 3 Boltons. I have some work to do.
Yeah.
Oberyn poisoned the second Flameman unit, and then it's died from
With Manticore.
Manticore.
It actually
I'm gonna
died
go
from
with-
its own harsh punishment,
Well, I have
Yes, it's true.
failing a panic
It failed the
test.
panic test, and because of the harsh
Oh,
punishments, the +1 from that counteracting the Glory
Alright.
Seeker was the final.
I got a sticker.
That makes sense.
You
Nice.
can get from free at the counter.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Like, there's like a golem and there's all kinds of.
That's cool.
Like I also got a new network to try out.
A new net. Oh, for the.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Very good. Between rounds. Who knows? You could try streaming.
Start of turn.
You can be mocked
Start
online.
Ooh.
Here.
I'm probably gonna do try it tomorrow.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're within
Now we're in the
12.
flow.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
no,
you
don't mess with
charge
it
me?
now.
No.
It looks like we are seeing some. Oh, that's right. They wanted to be in range of scout openings.
Yeah.
Which round are we in?
We're in round 5.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna laser
It's
it.
amazing how fast games go when you don't have a million trays
Yeah.
to move.
Then I will do
They've been playing pretty quick too.
This
They're
is
both
fine,
very
sure.
experienced as well.
So
Yes.
Ilaria horses,
Yeah.
I'll give you another vulnerable. And I'll remove their.
Oh, you're on that because it's so
You
small
can
now.
give them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I zoomed it in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
I'll remove this panic.
You can probably
Yeah.
now that the skirmishers are moving in too, we can just really center the final fight.
So we see here, Alaria took the
Horse.
horses, so the skirmishers can get their free shot.
Yep, and gave a vulnerable because Varys already had taken the sword.
Yes.
Okay, so 1 wound and
1 precision.
6 saves.
And 6 saves.
Yeah, so he just needs to make.
You got this.
Let's go,
You got
Cutthroat.
this.
6 saves twice. I've got 1 alive. Would you like to vulnerable?
Yes, I would.
No.
Nah.
Good game.
That's
And we have the final score.
So I get 1 point, and then the
Yeah,
game
point for
immediately. The game
Yeah.
immediately.
Score.
afterwards.
It goes to 9-4 and then ends with a tabling.
9-4 table. Wow.
9-4
I
tailing at the end of
totally
round
just
5.
didn't
Or
respect that
mid round 5.
at the start.
Every
There-
single game.
So yeah,
please do 90%.
that was
Just
brutal,
completely
strong.
disrespect.
That was a very good
And as
game.
soon as you got right
Yeah,
to 10
the Martells, very scary.
Ramsey useless. This is